Greetings and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the fact that life is a giant game to the narcissist and they will lose. You can guarantee it. And I know this is something that a lot of us need to hear regularly because we actually think that the narcissist wins. We think they win at all kind of things. We think they win in their jobs, their relationships, that after yours broke down, they destroyed it, sabotaged it, that they went off and now they're winning with somebody else. Guys, it can't be farther from the truth. So I'm going to tell you today how they really view the world and why they're losing and always will. These people are the ultimate opportunists. Absolutely every single thing in their lives is disposable. It's viewed as a product on the shelf. It's a type of thing to be toyed with and manipulated. It's a game. They do not see the value in absolutely anything. You could be the greatest person on the face of the earth. You could be perfect. You could literally, yes, be a perfect human being if that were possible, and it still wouldn't make any difference. You would still be viewed as some kind of opportunity that they needed at the time or that they wanted. That is it. If you are with a narcissist and you think that they're with you for any substantive reason, you are absolutely dead wrong. There's some angle that they have and some game they're playing. So just know they're playing with you and that they are playing with everybody else. Because you better believe if you're with a narcissist, you are not the only game in town for them. You are not the only thing they're messing with. They have backup supply sources. They are chronic cheaters. Many of them physically, some of them maybe just mentally, just setting up backups, just toying around on Tinder or whatever it is on their trusty third arm, which is their lifeline that they can't live without for zero point 0.2 seconds. And they're doing these games with all kind of people, testing the temperature of what this person's like. Could this person offer me something? Could I monkey branch over to them if when things start to erode? What kind of quality do they have? How attractive? How much money? Where do they live? What can they do for me? What can they do for me? What can they do for me? And these are the things they're doing right now with you if you're stuck in the relationship. If you are, please exit, exit, exit as soon as you can. But they're doing it with other people behind your back, and that's another reason you should exit. But everybody's getting played. The narcissist lives to play with everybody's thoughts, feelings, emotions, what's valuable. So don't ever think that there's something more to it. They mess around with people because they know, well, A, they enjoy doing it. It's a power trip for them. They seek the control. And I'm going to talk about that more in a minute. But they know in their hearts, because they're so corrupt and they know their repetitious cycle that they will never break out of, that they cannot invest in anything or anyone. They're never, ever going to come into a situation and say, you know what? I'm going to give all my heart and everything I have to this individual and try to make it work. They know from the word go. They know without any question from the first second you meet them all the way till the end when it breaks inevitably that there was no investment. They do have one foot out the door from the beginning and you can feel it in the relationship. You know it to be true. That's an overwhelming feeling. If I could pinpoint, which I've done in other videos, a list of things that tell you you're in a relationship with a narcissist, one of the main ones is that you never feel like they're invested beyond maybe the very beginning, maybe. Even the love bomb's going to show you things. But they know it, and so everything then is just it's just a game to them. What can I withdraw, subtract from this person while we're together because it's not going to be forever, and I've already got these other people behind their backs from day one. They might even tell you, I've been talking to other people the entire time because they are. See, the crux of the problem with the narcissist, if you can boil it all down to one thing, it is that they have a thirst for power and control. Some people will say, well, that's because they had no power and control when they were children. Sometimes, or maybe they had too much power and control. They were the golden child. Sometimes. But see, there's a lot of shades of gray. The bottom line is, It is the people who are spiritually corrupt that have this insatiable desire to control other individuals. We see that in our world, do we not? It's not what this video is about, but the global elites or the world system, whichever however you want to view it, I call it the system of the beast that's in place within our world today, this power structure, this hierarchy that does control and dictate every major thing that happens, including the thing that just happened. Yes, no matter who would have won, still in charge, still controlled by the world powers. I know some people aren't going to like me for saying that. I didn't used to feel that way, but I know it to be true for the last 4 or 5 years now. So, this is the problem. Spiritually corrupt people above everything else want control, which is why even people will say, well, the narcissist's biggest thing is money. Or when the world powers do something horribly corrupt, even global in nature, people say, well, follow the money. It's money. That's part of it, but see, money is only a conduit to control. What's the ultimate goal when you press it back to the very back levels as far as you can go? What's the foundation of why wicked people, manipulative people like the narcissists do what they do? Control. It's the opiate of spiritually corrupt people because there's nothing more powerful than being able to manipulate another human being or human beings. That's the ultimate thing. It's the ultimate rush, thrill. And that's what Satan is about. He wants the power, he wants to control. That's why he fell to begin with and was cast out of heaven. He's not going to serve the Lord because he wants the power. So does the narcissist. And in the process of doing this, it's push, it's pull, it's the mind games, it's the gaslighting, it's the little toxic antics and tricks, it's triangulation. Every one of those things ultimately is about this. And it's a game. They love the idea that they're getting one over on you. It's part of why they cheat. It's why they triangulate you. It's their way of playing a game to obtain power over the person, putting you in the trauma bond or the narcissistic spell is what it really is. That is their chief way of obtaining power. So another problem is they have no forethought. They think in their own delusional little minds that this game goes on forever. They don't peer down the road and see an end. They won't accept it. They block it out. Most narcissists want nothing to do with thinking about death. Many of them won't go to funerals. They won't come back and see sick loved ones, even their parents. I've seen this time and time again because they don't want to face their own mortality because they don't think long term. They think the game goes on forever and ever. This is why it's job to job, relationship to relationship, and why they think they have all the time in the world, endless amounts. I don't need to really buckle down, get my life in order, make it work with this wonderful person I happen to be so blessed to meet. They don't think that way because they think that there's always another and another and another and years stacked on top of each other. And that's another form of a game. They think this game, this revolving door of jobs and houses and where they live and relationships, they don't see an end because they have no ability to look into the future. They have no forethought at all. Everything is about right now. What is this going to be like now? How do I feel now? And that is a game that they're playing with themselves. So, guys, this is what the narcissist does. All of life is a game. And here's the thing: they will lose. The harsh truth is that for the narcissist, death waits just around the bend, as it does for all of us. We're here a very finite period of time. It's a testing ground, it's a proving ground, in my view. It's not all that it is, but that's the primary purpose, because God wants people who want to be there. It's the few, the proud, those who actually are willing to carry their cross and walk the narrow path, and few find that narrow path. But for everyone, death waits just around the bend, whether that's 10 years, 15, 20, 30, and we don't know. And they will not take any of their precious little prizes and trinkets with them. Every failed relationship, every time they got over on somebody, every house they got, every dollar they swindled somebody out of, every person they stepped on top of to get a promotion, every person they abused and manipulated and coerced, They'll take none of this with them, not in a positive way at least. They will be emptied of every single thing that they ever won. Emptied, purged. It'll be stripped away from them, and there'll be nothing there. No victories. They'll be stripped away of every little trinket and belonging, everything they thought they had that meant everything to them because they only think in the present moment. They don't store their treasures up in heaven. They try to accumulate all their treasures right now on earth, and you cannot take a single one of those things with you. The narcissist is going to find out the hard way, the hardest of all ways. They will enter the gates of hell naked and destitute. I hate saying this. I don't wish that for anyone. God is not willing that any should perish, and I would not have that either. Not even the narcissist. I want those people to repent, to come to the Lord, to humble themselves, to be saved. That's what I want. But they're not going to do that. Very few people will do that. Again, it's a narrow path. And the narcissist, most of them, too far gone, reprobate. So yeah, they're going to enter the gates of hell naked and destitute. And I hate saying it, but it's just reality. See, because they are the weeds among the wheat. They are the ones who come to kill, destroy, steal, pillage. They are Satan's ambassadors. They are little clones, carbon copies of the devil that run around and do his bidding and his will. Their end will be the same as Satan's. See, Jesus said, hell is that place prepared for Satan and the demons. Prepared, meaning it's not real yet. Nobody's there. And that gets to a whole different topic. But it's waiting. It's prepared. The place of weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's where Satan and the demons will be thrown. And that's where unrepentant little carbon copies of the devil will be thrown. So the narcissist is going to lose in the most miserable way imaginable. They lose all of the good things they ever had throughout this life. They lose every good relationship because they can't sustain it. They will blow it up. They lose every good job, more or less, usually that they come across. They lose their finances. They lose those who care about them. They usually die alone. Everything they think they're doing and everything you think they've accumulated and are accomplishing, and every little thing you think they're getting right, they're not getting right, and it will be stripped from them in the end anyway. And then they'll pay the biggest price that one can pay. You see, life is a giant game to the narcissist, and they will lose. So, guys, I'm not recommending that you take satisfaction in this. I don't. It's the most tragic of things. All the potential, all that their lives could be. How many people do I know, their lives could be so amazing, incredible. They could contribute so much to the world, and they've chosen the path of darkness instead. It's a sad thing. But I also don't want you guys thinking that your ex or whoever it is that's a narcissist is out there doing anything right, accumulating, winning, doing it better, having light at the end of the tunnel, having a great life ahead of them. It's just not reality. No matter what you think you see happening in their lives, it's a show, the same way it was when they were with you. They're still playing the same game that they were playing with you and the 50 people before you and the 50 people after you. The same game goes on and on and on, and they lose in every single way as time progresses. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please remember, life is a giant game to the narcissist, and they will lose. Drop comments below if this resonates with you. Love to hear from you guys. I will, of course, come at you with another one here soon, but until then, God bless.